Welcome to Sailing Avanti. We are Gerard and Jacqueline, sailing our 41-foot monohull Avanti around the world from Cape Town, South Africa.
This week we sail from Dominica to Tortola in the British Virgin Islands and have some family that will be exploring these islands with us.
We've left Dominica about just after 10 in the morning, expecting quite a lot of wind according to the forecast. We decided to put a third reef in the main, just for in case, just out of Dominica. And luckily we did so, because just outside of Dominica we had winds between 25 and 30 knots. So we actually just sailed with the main with the third reef in for a little bit, until the wind settled a little bit around the island and the swell. We also had like maybe 3 meters of swell. So we've sailed like that for a while, and we are opposite of Guadeloupe at the moment. I think we're a little bit in the lee. We've had consistently 20 knots of wind, so we've got a portion of the Genoa filled out as well, and the wind direction has shifted. It's more on a broad reach, so coming a little bit from behind, which is great. It's very comfortable at the moment. And the swell, because we in the lee of Guadeloupe, the swell is quite small as well. So we just a little while ago we've been doing between 6 and 7 knots boat speed, and we're averaging over 7 knots speed over ground. So we might be, if it stays this way, we'll be in the BVI a little bit earlier than planned.
We're busy approaching the Virgin Islands, the British Virgin Islands. We tried to make it during daylight hours, but our timing was a bit off. The wind was much stronger than the predictions, so we're going to probably enter it around about 2 hours. It's 1:30 now, so 3:30, 4. It's quite tricky getting in. There's a few channels, and the sea state is not great. At the moment we just went through 2 huge squalls, winds up to 40 knots, and the swell is still quite bad. It looks like it's cleared a little bit now, so there at least there's a moon out. So we are about 15 nautical miles out from the passage, and we're still sailing with 3 reefs in the main and in Genoa. So we'll drop the sails in about an hour or so's time, and then start motoring again. So yeah, it's a bit daunting to go at night, but we can't really stay out here. If we heave to in the swell, we lift in the wrong direction. We'll have to come back upwind. So yeah, hopefully it'll go well. We've just arrived in Roadtown Harbour, so we had to hang around in the harbour a little bit. We came through that channel during night time, and the moon was pretty much non-existent, so we did it in pitch black and dark, so just on almost blind navigation. So we made it through. The harbour is much more sheltered than out there,
so we could just hang around here, do a few circles. So we had to kill about an hour and a half, 2 hours until first light. So we didn't want to anchor in the dark. So first light we came to the anchorage where you have to anchor to clear in and get your all clear from the health authorities. So anchored here now, we've pumped up the dinghy and put up the engine, just waiting for customs to open at 8:30 so that we can go and get the formalities all sorted out. Our windlass motor not working. We had to drop it manually. We don't have a clutch or that you can just release on this gypsy. So you do it hand over hand. Just dropping it is quite easy. Picking it up is going to be quite a bit more challenging, but we anchored at the moment, and yeah, we're good to go to customs as soon as they open. And it looks like we're not dragging anchor. The water visibility is not great here, so we can't really dive to check the anchor. So we're just checking the track and seeing if we're staying in one spot. While we were clearing with customs, the ferry arrived, and as you can see, caused a bit of a traffic jam with the dinghies, and it was quite difficult to maneuver around the ferry to get out.
Roadtown is the main town of Tortola and has a free shuttle that runs up and down the main street. This golf cart's friendly drivers pick up locals and tourists alike with a mix of music from Elton John to Bob Marley. We use this a lot to do our shopping and get fuel for Avanti.
One of our first stops in Tortola was the local craft brewery. We are at the Dola Brewery in BVI. So we bumped into a guy that started the marina in Bekwi, and he said that he had some craft beer there, but he was out of stock. And he said they brewed in BVI, so we were quite keen to come and see it in BVI, seeing that the craft beers or different beers are very limited where we are at the moment. So yeah, we found Tortola Brewery and we're going to taste a few. So the Tortola Pilsner is really crisp and refreshing. I really like it. As you can see, very clear. And we don't know the price yet, we haven't paid. But I would reckon this is an 8 out of 10. Very nice Pilsner.
While Gerard is tasting beer, look what I found. In the fridge is a bunch of wines and one lonely Savannah. Can you hum it?
While we're in Tortola, we meet some family that flew in from Canada to charter a bareboat for a week. They actually booked this charter a few years ago but couldn't take it because of COVID. And now it worked out that they could charter the boat while we're also in Tortola. They haven't sailed in a few years, and we take them through the basics again to refresh their memories. We take them for a quick sail on Avanti the day before they get their charter boat. The kids are also very keen to learn how to sail, and we show them the basics of sailing and how the sails drive the boat forward. They master the most important knots very quickly, and Jackie shows Carla how to control the boat on the helm, and she takes to it like a fish to water.
We head to the Moorings Marina the next day, and the family get to know their new home for the week, a 41-foot Genoa monohull. Moorings is the biggest chartering company in the BVIs, and it was so nice to see the many South African-built Leopard catamarans in their fleet. As you can see, lifting the anchor manually is quite the exercise, with 30 meters of chain out. It was time to leave Roadtown and sail over to Virgin Gorda, a short 10 nautical miles away just before sunset. The family are not far behind. Luckily for Gerard, the BVI's have many mooring balls available, and he doesn't need to drop and lift the anchor at every stop. White balls can be picked up if open, but there's also orange boaty balls that one can book. Online bookings open at 7 a.m. daily.
We've just picked up a mooring ball at Virgin Gorda at Spanish Town, and our family got their charter boat at long last, and they're just in the background approaching us. They're going to pick up the ball right next to us, so happy days. We're out of Roadtown. Hello. We made it.
Nacho dinner.
Dis ook die control
The
panel.
biggest avo we have ever seen.
We just swam into the baths. So you're not allowed to beach your dinghy. You have to tie up your dinghy on a mooring line and then swim in. So you can't bring too much here. And yeah, but it's beautiful. We're just waiting for the sun to come out.
The baths is situated on the southern tip of Virgin Gorda Island. It's an area of unique geological formation and one of BVI's major tourist destinations. The granite boulders found around the baths formed via volcanic action. Granite forms when magma cools slowly after a volcanic outburst. The overburden then eroded away over millions of years to leave the granite boulders exposed, forming pools and tunnels. These pools and tunnels are perfect for tourists to enjoy. The baths became a national park in 1990, as well as the adjacent bays to the baths. There are limited amount of mooring balls in the bay, and one has to go quite early to find a spot to moor at. Anchoring is not allowed. There's also a 90-minute limit on the time you can spend on a mooring ball, but this is not really respected by the yachts, as 90 minutes does not allow you to actually explore all of the baths.
This is so beautiful. We came in super early this morning, not just to grab a mooring ball, but so that we can experience this. But not a lot of other tourists.
and come past. I'm keeping it up. After a full day of exploring the baths, we head to Leverick Bay, a small, colourful town on the other side of Virgin Gorda. We wish we had more time to explore this jolly town, but we're on a tight schedule and we have to make our way to Anegada in the morning. We have an early start heading to Anegada, and one of our family members, Martinez, joins us on Avanti for the day. We left Virgin Gorda this morning, sailing towards Anegada. It's only about 12-13 nautical miles, but the wind is nice and strong and it's a close reach, so we're doing about 7 knots, so should be there in less than 2 hours. And we have a new helmsman on board, so Martinez has joined us from our family sunsail boat, which is just sailing next door to us. So yeah, he's doing a very good job on the helm and should get us there soon. Boat's heeling not too bad. We've got 3 reefs in the main and the Genoa is filled out, so yeah, nice wind, nice boat speed and a nice sail. The waters around Anegada is extremely shallow and we are quite apprehensive going in to fetch a mooring ball. As we enter the mooring ball field, the depth starts getting very shallow and we catch a ball in the shallowest water we've ever done. We only have about 300 millimeters between the ground and the keel.
If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and share with your family and friends. You can also see our Patreon link in the description below.
Okay. Join us in the next episode as we continue our sail around the BVIs and snorkel some of the best spots we've seen thus far.
Nice.
We also say goodbye to family at the end of the week.